Cybercrime is the biggest challenge these days with development and access to technology across the globe. A very wonderful morning to one and all present here. I'm Yashveen Fatma from class 9 and today I'll be presenting my topic in front of you all. The focus of my presentation is to give you an overview about cybersecurity breaches during COVID-19. This subject can be divided into the following headings. What is cybersecurity breach? Factors leading to an increase in cyber attacks, active and passive attacks, cyber breaches during COVID times, security steps, and finally the conclusion. So in order to understand the entire topic, we must know what cybersecurity breach actually is. A cybersecurity breach is any incident that results in an unauthorized access to computer data, applications, network, or devices. It results in information being accessed without any authorization. Next are the factors leading to an increase in cyber attacks. There are three factors. The first one is the spectacularity factor. The spectacularity factor relates to the impact or damage that can be achieved by the malicious attacker. Vulnerability factor. Since some companies might be using outdated security systems and infrastructure, this makes them an easy target for attackers. Third is the fear factor. The fear factor implies an attacker's intention to instill fear in victims. There are two types of cyber attacks: passive attacks and active attacks. Active attacks are highly malicious in nature, often locking out users, destroying memory or files, forcefully gaining access to a targeted system or network. Viruses, worms, malware, denial of service, and password crackers are all examples of cyber attacks. Passive attacks. Passive attacks often employ non-disruptive and covert methods so that the hacker does not draw the attention to the attack. These include tapping, encryption, scanning, etc. Next, cybersecurity breaches during COVID times. Many threat actors have started to abuse the panic and discomfort of the COVID-19 pandemic to conduct special crafted malware and phishing attacks worldwide. These include stealing passwords and other confidential data, Zoom bombing, denial of service and distributed denial of service, phishing and spear phishing attacks, and malware. First is stealing passwords and other confidential data during COVID times. Hackers and cyber scammers are sending fraudulent email and WhatsApp messages by taking the advantage of this pandemic. These messages attempt to trick you to clicking on malicious links or opening attachments. These actions can reveal your username, password, which can be used to steal money or sensitive information. Many organizations have been affected from password and email stealing. These include the World Health Organization, World Bank, US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Gates Foundation, the US National Institute of Health, and the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Next is Zoom bombing. During this pandemic, many people are working from home. There has been a rise in cyber attacks as the usage of Zoom application for online meetings and classes has seen a rapid increase. Hackers arrive in Zoom meetings and classes in order to eavesdrop the conversation. They use an online tool known as ZWARD Dial. This tool, ZWARD Dial, allows them to find meeting IDs that are not secured with passwords. We might have gone to such Zoom meetings and webinars where we don't need to enter the password. This becomes the target of the hackers. Next is denial of service and distributed denial of service. In August, NZX, Stephen Auckland Council, succumbed to DDoS attacks which caused operational chaos for days. On April 10th, a 19-year-old from Breda, Netherlands, was arrested for conducting a DDoS attack on March 19th. This attack was conducted against MidOverheat.nl and Overheat.nl. Both of these websites are government-related, and they were providing the Dutch citizens with important government information related to the pandemic. Next is phishing and spear phishing attacks. Phishing has been a very common way that hackers use to obtain users' usernames and passwords for quite some time. It is a kind of online identity theft. In February, a group of hackers pretending to be the CDC sent a phishing email to a manufacturing company in South Korea. This email was sent with a headline: Novel coronavirus outbreak and safety measures in your city, urgent. In another case, hackers assumed the fake identity of an Italian WHO employee. The scam targeted vulnerable Italian communities that have been hit hardest by the outbreak. Malware. Malware is a collective name that has been given to viruses, worms, etc. In early June 2020, Honda announced that its customer service and financial service divisions were having technical difficulties, and later confirmed that it was a cyber attack. In August, Canon was reportedly attacked in a ransomware attack by Maze ransomware gang. And in this attack, 10 terabytes of data, private databases, etc. were stolen. Next comes security steps. This is one of the most important parts of this presentation, something that we all should know. Keep personal information professional and limited. Keep your privacy settings on. Practice safe browsing. Be careful about what you download. Make online purchases only from secure sites. Use strong passwords. There are still people who use the word password as their password just because they don't want to forget. But we need to ensure that we have really strong passwords so that we can protect our accounts. Be careful about what you post because whatever we post online is permanent. Keep your antivirus program up to date, which will ensure that the latest type of malware does not affect your computer. Be careful who you meet online. There are many people who talk to strangers online, but we don't know who the person behind the camera is. So we need to ensure that we know who we meet online. Next are the security steps taken by Google and Microsoft. Google runs its server centers by utilizing custom equipment. The equipment runs on a custom file system and operating system. Microsoft, on the other hand, sets the facility perimeter on its data centers. All individuals that arrive at data centers are required to have a well-structured access point. All these data centers are surrounded by surveillance cameras, and all footage is supervised by a security team. This alone explains the importance of cybersecurity. Now I would like to conclude my presentation. Based on research, it is found that most business owners only take action on countering cybersecurity attacks after experiencing the attacks firsthand. We don't have a fraction of time or resources to experience everything by our own. We need to learn from others' experiences too. In my opinion, to ensure that incidents like above did not happen, precautionary steps should be taken from front end to the back end of every process. Cybersecurity may be fought with technology, but it is people who triumph. We must invest in future generations of professionals who will carry on the fight. Thank you so much, all of you, for your attention.